welcome. My name is Kwabena Darko. Welcome. I want to share with you today. Learn to be a man. Learn to be a man. Learn to be a man. Subscribe to this channel. Share the channel with your friends and family, and with anybody who will be interested in what we share. I was born a man, and when you're growing up, for instance, when I was growing up, I saw my father, saw my grandfather, my mother's father. I grew up with them, my grandmother, in a big family. And I remember my father's father too. Once a while, I would go there. When you are growing up, when we were growing up, how I saw how women were treated, how my grandmother was treated, my mother was treated, my sisters were treated, subconsciously. You learn that if they were treated well, respectfully, equally, if they were trusted, if their intelligence were sought, subconsciously you copy them, and you carry them to adult life, to the woman, to the woman who you start to get some kind of a relationship with, whether it's your girlfriend or whether it's your wife. You grow with that kind of information as you grew up. The examples that we saw is what we grew up with, and what we start to at least express. So if they were good, it is very easy for us to replicate them, and if they were bad, then we have to consciously do something opposite those which were abusive and which were wrong. And thankfully you grew up seeing them not so much abusing them, at least not physically, and that helped us. So you have to find yourself as a man. If you want to be a man, find yourself, have something to live for, have sense of purpose, have sense of dignity, have something worthwhile to live. And you have to also know that if you're a man, society expects a lot from you. You cannot be a man and you are somewhere and things are chaotic. That is dangerous. And for instance, if you happen to have a wife, a girlfriend, you should tell yourself never to stretch your hand physically to touch her, and not even verbally abuse her. And that you must treat her equally and respectfully and with dignity, and you must cherish her. It's like a glass, like something precious that you are preventing to let it fall. A lot of people feel, especially married men, they feel like they are in competition with their wives, or the wife is their daughter, and the way they try to say that they want to discipline them, or they want to oppress them, as they say. I think these are signs of people who were not intentionally taught and who have not learned to be men. A man must be the one that makes the woman comfortable to be around. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of strength to be with a woman, because truth be told, they're very much far more stronger and far more intelligent and far more deeper than men. It's true. Men can be very courageous, or not courageous as per se, but men can, everything you want to just start, you will not do a lot of thinking, just get up and go and try, and then you fail, you come back and they tell you you should have done it this way. A lot of the times, if you listen to the girlfriend, the mother, the wife, most of the mistakes that you made, you will not make them. But on the other hand too, if you listen to them too much too, you will not try anything. So it's a very complex thing. But learn to understand them. Learn to treat women with respect. That's learning to be a man. Learn to take charge of the environment that you are. Make sure if you have children, you be a good example for them. Treat them as precious. Teach them. Even if you don't know anything, whatever that you know, have a timetable and teach your children. That is being a man. Remember your parents, remember your sisters, remember your father, you remember everybody who ever helped you, maybe even the teacher who helped you in the village. Be a man. Learn to show appreciation. Remember those who helped you. Maybe a friend was so much key to you, maybe in your school days. Don't forget them. Never look back. Men, remember. Remember those who contributed and be thankful and grateful. Remember the teachers. Remember your mother somewhere. You remember maybe your father's wife. Maybe they divorced. Whatever your background is, remember, be a man. Find yourself. Take responsibility. When you show up, let people know that you have come to make sure that things get better. Know your strength and build on your strength. Your weakness, manage it. Your weakness, manage it, and make sure that the woman in your life, if you have any, feels cherished. It can be all the time. I think a lot of the times you will fail, but at least try. Try to be a man. Try to be strong. Try to let them know what you don't have to know everything. And when you don't know it, let them know that you don't know. And if you know too, at least you have to let them know that you know. But if there is any state where people find it difficult is when they get into relationship with women, and that's where manhood is really tested. So they want to say that I've said something, I'm the final authority, you can't say anything. It doesn't work, especially if the woman is also ambitious and the woman is educated and the woman has money. Most often, that's why most women with a lot of money and power find it difficult to be in relationship, because most men would want to use money and other things to control the woman. You don't have to use those things. You have to use love and acceptance and respect and dignity and appreciation to live with women, not to control them. You don't need to control anybody. Just control yourself. Everything else will settle. So these are the things that you learn. And some of us who grew up with grandfathers who married 2, 3, sometimes when you don't learn the skills so much, you get to a point where, that's why some young men, when they start to get money, they start to marry another one because then they want a way out, because this other one is, So be a man, find yourself, know your strength, express love and dignity and respect, and don't take advantage of young girls. Respect yourself, just as you want somebody to respect and take good care of your daughter. We would expect you to also do the same thing. If a young woman needs help, that does not mean take advantage of them. Be a man, bring dignity and respect wherever you are, and take charge of the environment. Protect women. Protect women. Let them feel welcome. Let the woman become better because you are there. If she wants to go to school, she wants to build business, make sure that she has the money. Make sure that you do anything that you have to do for her to become the best of what she can become. The best. She should not depreciate because she came to meet you. She should become the best because she met you. Because she met you, she should become the best. And that is the proof of a man. That is the proof of a man. The proof of a man is not the one shouting and beating women, no. It's the one that children become better. Everybody else around you becomes better because you are the foundation that they have to rest on. If there is a problem, you show up to solve it. If there are issues, you show up to solve it. And that is what we are learning every day. That is what we are learning every day. Have we mastered it? I don't think so. We're learning every day. We're learning every day to become the best that we can be as men. So learn it. Copy somebody. Man, look for somebody. Look for a great man somewhere and read their books. Study from them. You should always be studying a great man somewhere. How they handle their business, how they handle their family, how they take care of their children, how they are respectful. Learn that. Always have a good example in front of you and continue to become the best. And never think that you're far more intelligent than a woman. Never think like that. Because after all, when you were in the classroom, they were beating you anyway. So now they have married you and now they can't think. That's not true. So great. And we are going into an era where women have become that powerful. And when women become powerful and men don't upgrade their skill, marriage becomes a problem. And that's why sometimes you hear all these difficulties in marriages, because the women have become powerful. When women have power and they have positions, you need other skills to keep them around and to enjoy the relationship with them. So you need to really expand and become the best. They say that love never fails, and it's true. Love never this, if you express love, if you express trust, if you express dignity, if you express inclusiveness, if you express those, nothing else will beat that. So thank you very much for watching. Learn to be a man is something that you have got to learn, and it's a lifelong journey. You learn to be a man towards your mother, learn to be a man towards your wife or your children, learn to be a man towards your girlfriend. The girl agreed to work with you. She's not a slave, she's not stupid. You can beat her, you can take advantage of her. Don't abuse them, don't just take their money. And you know, some people can do things. Sometimes when you watch some of the videos and somebody is just beating a girl because it's a girlfriend, or beating a woman because it's a wife, I'm like, wow, how come? Can you just stretch your hand and beat somebody just because they agree to be with you? You didn't make them, you didn't create them. The least you can do is to make sure that you are appreciative of the fact that they decided to spend their life with you. You know, they decided to come to your world. That's the least you can do. You should be so much appreciative of the fact that another human being agreed to see the value in you and to work with you. And for you to stretch your hand and abuse them and control them, some of them don't even want them to go to school, don't want them to study.